Faith is truth, love is life. Lifechanyuan. August 16, 2005. Faith is truth. In Article 57 of the chapter of Revelation, truth is explained as the way of the greatest Creator. Walking the way of the greatest Creator is walking the path of truth. However, this explanation might still seem vague and elusive, making the concept appear broad and mysterious. To bring it closer to reality and help us understand truth more clearly, I will express it differently. Truth is faith. Humanity has always pursued truth, and people often say, we must uphold the truth. Now, people should understand that truth is faith, and truth is the way of the greatest Creator. Faith is a state of resonance within the soul, a meticulous and rigorous thinking structure, a perfectly symmetrical system capable of instant reaction. Faith is an attribute of the greatest Creator, the essence of gods and Buddhas, the quality of celestial beings, and the pursuit of sages. Many people have saved themselves through faith. The New Testament of the Bible contains numerous examples illustrating this. As long as a person has genuine faith, any illness, whether blindness, leprosy, or paralysis, can be healed without treatment. There was a woman who had suffered from uterine bleeding for decades. Because of her faith, she touched the hem of Jesus' garment, and her illness was healed instantly. Faith not only heals but can also bring the dead back to life. Jesus is the embodiment of faith, and he clearly tells us that with faith, a person could uproot a tree and plant it in the sea. Jesus often expressed frustration with us, saying, "You of little faith." His disciples went out to preach and often returned without success, and Jesus would say they had little faith. Even Peter, who had the greatest faith, wanted to walk on water when he saw Jesus doing so. When he first stepped onto the water, he walked a few steps because of his strong faith. But when he saw the towering waves around him, fear took hold, and his faith quickly diminished. As his faith waned, he could no longer walk on water and began to sink. Jesus called him a man of little faith. If Peter had maintained his faith, if he had faced the stormy waves with calm confidence, he would not have sunk. Buddha Shakyamuni also said that if a person has genuine faith in the Diamond Sutra, they can become a Buddha. If they reach the state of formlessness, they can become a true Bodhisattva. I, Lifechanyuan, have high hopes for many people, referring to them as masters, great ones, saints, messengers, and angels. If these people have genuine faith, they can quickly elevate their wisdom and spiritual awareness under my guidance and become true masters and saints in a very short time. But without faith, they are nothing. In psychology, there is a term called the Pygmalion effect, which can also explain this mystery. There was a Zen master who, in gratitude for a disciple who had served him diligently for over 30 years, respectfully called him Buddha one morning. However, this disciple had no understanding of Zen. When the master called him Buddha, he didn't acknowledge it. Because he lacked faith, he failed to attain sudden enlightenment and become a Buddha. If you don't acknowledge yourself as a Buddha, you will never become one. Even in daily life, faith plays a tremendous role. For example, in a marriage, if a wife has unwavering faith in her husband's abilities and qualities, the family will be warm, harmonious, peaceful, and content, and its economic and social status will rise rapidly. If the wife constantly doubts her husband, has no confidence in him, and frequently complains and criticizes, the family will lack harmony and be in constant turmoil, and, in severe cases, may lead to separation or divorce. In extreme cases, it could even lead to the destruction of the family and the loss of lives. Do you understand now? Love is life. In the Life chapter, I have provided a relatively detailed revelation about life. Life is a non-material structure with spirituality. To those who understand, this is as obvious as a louse on a bald man's head, a clear fact. To those who don't understand, it's like trying to explain quantum physics to a cat, completely bewildering. To bring it closer to reality and make it easier to grasp, I will express it differently. Life is love. Life is a non-material structure, and the more perfect this structure, the higher the quality of life. And perfection is primarily manifested in love. The life of the greatest creator is the most perfect because he has great love. The lives of Jesus and Buddha Shakyamuni are highly perfect because they possess universal love. Jesus loved humanity with his blood, and Buddha Shakyamuni gave up a privileged life and endured hardship for 49 years to relieve humanity's suffering. Their lives are perfect lives. Love can purify the soul and make the structure of life more symmetrical and perfect. Those with Buddha eyes can see into the 36-dimensional spaces. By comparing the differences in life between the Pure Land, the 1,000-year world, the 10,000-year world, the human world, the animal world, the plant world, the netherworld, the frozen layer, and the inflamed layer, you will find that the differences in life at each level are primarily reflected in love. The amount, breadth, and depth of love are the most crucial factors determining which level of existence a life appears and exists in. Crude oil extracted from the earth becomes distinctly separated into light oil, gasoline, diesel, kerosene, and asphalt after refining. The purer it is, the higher its quality and the greater its usefulness. The more impurities it contains, the lower its quality and the less its usefulness. The same applies to people. Once refined with the balance of love, the true quality of the lives of gods, Buddhas, celestial beings, saints, sages, mortals, worldly people, and ignorant people is immediately revealed. To achieve a high-quality life, one must have love. The more love, the broader and deeper it is, the easier it is to ascend to higher life spaces. Conversely, the less love, the narrower and shallower it is, the easier it is to descend into lower life spaces. If there is not only a lack of love but also the creation of hatred, one is bound to end up in hell, there's no doubt about it. Lovers in the throes of passionate love often say, "I only love you." I say, you are being foolish. Love the greatest creator, love gods and Buddhas, love nature, love humanity, love life, and love your enemies. You won't regret it. Understand?